lady, and she is taking to the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Ragged Edge. She's living proof that dreams do come true. An air show just like this one, she watched the performers soaring through the sky and said, someday that will be me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the smoke is on from 3,000 feet. Let's watch Jill Long as she dives toward the ground, rolling the airplane in aileron rolls, throwing the stick to the left with 2 complete aileron rolls, now going for 3 as she loses altitude, gains airspeed, and at show center, watch her as she pulls up into the vertical. Look at that beautiful blue sky here as she goes up over the top in a beautiful loop with a snap roll on top. That's called a high-speed stall. And down the backside, it's called the avalanche. Jill Rags Long. The fighter pilot heart is her name for it. Now she'll go up the 45, roll the airplane 1.5 times into the inverted position, and do what is known as a split S maneuver, half of an S, diving toward the ground to pick up her speed to over 190 miles per hour. Come to show center, Jill Rags Long, the Lieutenant Colonel in the Air Force, rolls the airplane once and twice, and goes for 3 aileron rolls and 4 in this Pitts biplane. Originally outfitted with a 65 horsepower motor, Curtis Pitts said, that's about all the power you need. Jill Long's Pitts biplane has 288 horsepower, and she's using every bit of it. As the Guide Coast Sky Typers fly overhead, now watch as Jill goes into an 8-point hesitation roll, stopping the airplane precisely each 45 degrees during that roll. Her passion, her ability, and tenacity and dedication made her the only woman to be selected for cross-flow from the KC-135 Stratotanker into the A-10 Warthog, the tank killer, which she flew while she was stationed both at Osan Air Base, South Korea, and followed by Davis-Monthan Air Force Base out in Tucson, Arizona. Now, as she comes by, she's going to do something that's called a lump shabak. The nose comes up, and she's going to tumble this airplane nose for tail, tail for nose. The lump shabak is a Czech word that means walking with an inebriated gait. Boy, I wish I had my mother-in-law up there. Now, she'll get reversed once again. And as she does, let me tell you about her husband. She met and married her husband, Chuck, while they were in Korea. Chuck's a retired United States Air Force colonel who flew MH-53 helicopters, and he's her #1 fan and is up here on the stage with us today. And Chuck, I bet you're really pleased with how she's flying today, aren't you?
Absolutely, lines are perfect.
Gotta love it. Straight up into the vertical. Watch her run it out of airspeed. Pushes hard on the left rudder pedal. That's the hammerhead turn with a snap roll on the down line. Now watch as she gets to diving straight down toward the ground. A quarter roll will head her on out to the right-hand side of the aerobatic box. Currently, she's a T-62 instructor pilot at Euro-NATO Joint Jet Pilot Training. She trains not only NATO's future combat pilots, but also the instructors who guide them on their path toward silver wings. She uses her military leave in order to fly air shows around the country today with a super slow roll in this beautiful long aerobatic box. This is very, very difficult. As Chuck mentioned a moment ago, the lines are perfect, and she is flying perfect lines. To be able to get an airplane that weighs about, what, 1,500 pounds, Chuck? About almost 1,800 pounds, to be able to roll that slowly and maintain a line perfectly is just amazing. Now watch as Jill gets straight down, a half roll, sets her up for the next maneuver. Watch the barrel roll. She's picked out an imaginary spot in the sky, 45 degrees up and to her left from where she started, and she's rolling around that imaginary spot in the sky, using the throttle control in her left hand to help keep the speed right. The stick coming up between their knees and the floorboards for the roll control and the pitch control, and the rudders to control the rudder to make her start and stop at the same altitude and airspeed at which she started. Very challenging. It looks so simple. It's really hard, and she's doing it well. Let's give it up for Jill Rags Long. Now this is a great chance to get your cameras together. Jill's going to take her little Pitts biplane here and put it in what is called knife edge flight. The wings will not be producing lift. All the lift will be produced by the thrust of her 288 horsepower engine. The vertical stabilizer, a little bit of the fuselage, and a lot of skill from the pilot. It's the photo pass. She's coming in low. She's coming in hot at about 175 miles per hour. Let's take a look as she rolls into the left up on the wing and gives you the photo pass. Look at that. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Way to go, Jill. The ragged edge. A perfect line again. Keeping it going all the way down the show line. Let's hear it for Jill Long. That's excellent. Now we'll also maybe get a special Patty Wagstaff, a P-Wag push-out, but only if you wave back. Here's upside down. Give her a wave, everybody. There, she's waving back. She really can't see it. She is looking at the crowd line. She's having a great time. Now watch her as she pushes out. And this will get into the negative G's when all the blood rushes to her head. That's about 3 negative G's, and that just feels like there's a vice on her head, and she's going to bring it into land. Absolutely fantastic. Jill Long. Living the life on the ragged edge is about taking the chance, believing in yourself, and following your dreams. That's why she supports the Experimental Aircraft Association Young Eagles, the EAA. The Young Eagles